Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Indiana Jones Adventure Series, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Sallah. Let's get into it! Let's begin our archaeological dig with a look at the packaging. And on the top, pretty plain, a little bit of a map there. You can hardly see it, a hook, some tape. On the front, Indiana Jones Adventure Series. Nice digital render of the figure and his accessories in a pose. Build an artifact, the Ark of the Covenant. Nice artwork of John Rhys Davies, also known as Sallah. Hasbro print, Sallah assortment number 4 and up. Plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, the cross sale with the completed artifact, which is Ark of the Covenant again, and the cross sale of each figure and which piece they come with. Each sold separately, subject to availability, US and Canada, recycle. And on this side, Indiana Jones Adventure Series, nice artwork of Sallah. And there he is with Indy lifting up the Ark. Plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. On the back, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Sallah. Build an artifact, the Ark. There's a nice digital render, same one from the front. And then another digital render showcasing the figure and accessories and build an artifact pieces. Warning! Attention! Achtung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. And we don't get the special French one. Disney print, small fine, legalese, made in Vietnam, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, completes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And first of all, let's take a look at the accessories, the build an artifact pieces. Here is the lid for the Ark of the Covenant. As you can see, here's the pieces right here where the two birds that come with Indiana Jones go. And then here's the bottom of it. And when I first started looking at it, this is the way it comes packed. Is like this, and my first thought was okay, it's the bottom, and then I got to looking at the other pieces and I was like, no, it's the top. And then I was like, Hasbro went cheap and didn't make a bottom for the Ark, but then I was like, no, there's no way this fits the other pieces, and pulled it apart. So yay for me being a doofus. And here's one of his other accessories, the rope that he carries on his shoulder. Nice molded detail on it. Looks to be molded in color, and it's made out of that kind of rubbery feeling plastic. And then a shovel is his other accessory, which makes sense because Indy does call Sallah the best digger in all of Egypt. Or was it just Cairo? I don't remember. I do believe it's all molded in this color plastic, and then the silver is a paint app. But I could be mistaken. It could be silver plastic, but I don't see a lot of the swirly twirly going on in the plastic, so could be either way. Let's take a look at the figure itself. And I have to say, it's not the greatest likeness, but it is a passing likeness. When you look at it, it does sort of look like John Rhys Davies, and, you know, passing resemblance to Sallah. So you can tell this is Sallah. So, and, you know, he's got all kind of dry brush on his clothes where he's gotten dirt on him because, number one, he lives in the desert, or in Egypt, which is mostly desert, and he's a digger. But as you can see, there's not really much of that dry brush going on in the back of the figure. It's pretty clean back here, except for his turban or head wrap, or I don't know if there's some other name for it. I've always called them turbans. The head, neck, and torso are all separate pieces, probably with a ball down at the bottom of the neck and a dumbbell in the top. He does have a split here in his robe. And it's got a nice paint app here along the edge of the vest, at least the front. It kind of goes under the collar here and does not, well, I'll take it back, it does proceed around the back. So it does have one paint app all the way around the back, and two if you count this belt. I guess that's a belt. I call it a belt. It looks like a belt. Looks like it serves the same function as a belt. So it's a belt. And as far as the face paint goes, it's okay. And again, it's a passable likeness. You can tell who the character is supposed to be as long as you know this guy's in an Indiana Jones line. So let's take a look at his articulation. He looks up that far. He looks down that far. He can do some chicken necking. He's got lots of waggle. The full exorcist is going on, but with the neck being a separate piece, it does sometimes move out of the proper position, and you will have to move it back. At the shoulder, arm raises a little past 90 degrees. It feels like, yeah, it does have some butterfly in there. It goes back that far, forward not much at all. 360 degree rotation there. Hinge and swivel at the elbow. Swivels around 360 degrees and gives you approximately a 90 degree bend. Nothing in the torso at the waist. He's got either a ball or a dumbbell hinge of some kind in there. It gives him all kinds of hula. He can bend back that far, forward that far, and of course left and right, as well as a 360 degree rotation. At the hips, the articulation is slightly hindered by this overlay, but not, I don't think it's by much. So Sallah can give you that much of the splits. There is a cut at the upper thigh for a 360 degree rotation. He can, well, with the overlay, he really doesn't kick forward and back. About the same, because this gets in the way. I mean, it goes further and you can hold it that way, about 2 steps. So that's a shame that he actually not able to use that articulation. Hinge and swivel at the knee. Swivels around 360 degrees, and it gives you slightly better than 90 degrees. I thought there might be a boot cut here at the mid shin, but it's not. At the ankle, tilts down that far, so that's pretty good. Tilts up that far, wow. And forward facing pin for rocker. That, my friends, is a look at Sallah his accessories, and his build and artifact pieces. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have all of Wave 1 Indiana Jones Adventure Series, along with the build and artifact, the Ark of the Covenant. We have in the front row Indiana Jones, Sallah, Marion, and in the back, Belloc in his ceremonial garb, and Tot. For our final set of comparisons, here we have Indiana Jones Adventure Series Sallah, with from Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, we have the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, we have the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Indiana Jones Adventure Series Sallah from Raiders of the Lost Ark, I have to say this is an okay figure. The likeness is okay. You can tell who the figure is pretty much if you know what line that the figure is from. But it's not the most accurate likeness, but it's not the worst likeness either. And you know, I'm glad to see Sallah starting to get his due. And I can't wait to see if they're gonna do a couple of other versions of Sallah. I really would like to see the version of him from earlier in the movie, like the part where he and Indiana Jones are sitting at the table having a discussion about the dig that the Germans are doing. And so that would be cool. Or a Last Crusade version. That would be really cool too. Especially seeing as how we're getting the Marcus Brody figure in that 2-pack with Brody and Belloc. And again, like I said, I'm glad to see Sallah finally getting his due. He really is a cool character, in my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary. There's not a whole lot of paint apps going on this guy. And what there are is basically all in the front. There's no dry brushing on the back, which is a bit disappointing. It's like the back side of him never gets dirty. That's weird. But that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further. Or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.